Hey there, and welcome back to the Align Strength Podcast, where we dive deep into aligning your mind, body, and spirit through movement, mindset, and real-life growth. I'm your host, Mandy Scow, and today we're diving into a topic that I know hits home for so many of us. We are going to be talking about comparison. First, let me talk about our partnership with Clean Simple Eats. I want to give a shout out to Clean Simple Eats. We use their protein and other products in our house daily, as well as we offer them at the gym. They have protein, they have clear protein, they have many different flavors of greens, which are amazing. So in the show notes below, there is a link to check it out. There's a promo code SQUAD10. Use that at checkout for 10% off. Take a look at their website. There's lots of different options, lots to offer from them, and I highly suggest Clean Simple Eats. So take a look at that. All right. Comparison. You know that sneaky little voice that creeps in when you scroll through social media, or when you're at the gym, or even at the grocery store. If you see someone that looks stronger, leaner, faster, yes, I'm talking about that inner voice that's inside of you and how it's actually holding you back more than helping you. So grab a cup of coffee or your walking shoes or your steering wheel, however you're listening to this episode or how you listen to podcasts, and hold tight because this episode is going to be a good one. Let's dig into it. So, as Theodore Roosevelt once said, comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is a trap. And honestly, he couldn't be more right. It robs you of being present and proud of where you are. We can call it what it is. Comparison is a thief. It steals your joy. It steals your progress. It steals your peace. When you're constantly comparing yourself to others, it can be someone else's body, someone else's success, someone else's business, someone else's car, any of that. When you're consistently comparing yourself, it's stealing from you. So when that happens, you lose touch with your own lane. You lose touch with your own progress. You lose touch with your own goals. And here's the kicker. You can't win a race that you're not even running. You can't try and measure your mile 2 against someone else's mile 20. That's not even fair to yourself. It's actually destructive. So let's talk about how comparison has evolved over the time. Right now is the hardest. In modern comparison with social media, it's definitely harder than it was years ago without social. So because today with social media, it's not just comparing yourself about the person that you see in front of you, a coworker, anywhere in front of you. It's every single day as you scroll. So if you're on social media, it is constantly on your mind. It's just so much easier to get involved in it than before social. So a quote from an unknown person, but a quote here: don't compare your life to others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when it's their time. So when you're on social and you see influencers with the perfect body or the perfect house or the clean meals, the aesthetic life, and you think, why don't I look like that? Or why don't I have that? Why can't I get like what she has? But the truth is, you're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's curated and filtered and edited highlights. Social media, for 99% of it, social media is not real life. People are showing you the best 2%, the best angles, the best lighting, the most inspiring moments. And yet when we see it, we internalize it like we're falling short, like we're not enough. And what that does to your mindset is it kills your momentum. We have to remember, just like the quote says, there's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when it's their time. You don't have to be shining the same way somebody else is. Or you don't have to be shining at the same time as someone else is. That's not your light. You need to let your light be real on your time when it's the right time for you in your right way. So be your own light. Make your own light. Your journey and your growth and your breakthroughs, they are uniquely yours. And they're no less valuable just because they don't look like somebody else's. They're just as valuable. They're your own. You created it. They're yours. So they are valuable for you. Let's go over how comparison can be a huge mental blockage. It can have a huge mental impact. Now, let's get real here, because comparison isn't just a bad habit. It can take a serious toll on your mental health. So you need to recognize that and be aware. When we are constantly measuring ourselves against others, we start to internalize a message that's saying, I'm not good enough. And over time, that mindset chips away at your confidence. It chips away at your self-worth. Here's what comparison with mental health, here's what it can lead to. It can lead to anxiety, feeling like you're always behind or not doing enough. It can lead to depression, believing you'll never measure up, so why even try? It can lead to burnout, chasing goals that aren't even aligned with your values, just because you feel like you should, just because you feel like you should be, because somebody else is doing it. Like you could be pushing towards something to be like somebody else when it's not even your value. And then imposter syndrome. Thinking your achievements don't matter because someone else is doing, quote unquote, better. It's not just emotional, it's physical too. Chronic stress from constantly comparing can show up in your sleep. It can show up in your appetite, in your hormones, and even how your body responds to workouts. So your brain needs encouragement, not criticism. When you're comparing, if you're comparing, listen to that inner voice. Is your inner voice, does it sound more like it's being a bully towards you or a coach? Because if it's more like a bully than a coach, it's time to take control. You have an inner voice. You can listen to it. You can control that inner voice. So start by calling it out. Don't just accept those negative thoughts as truth. Challenge them. Talk back to those thoughts like you would if someone was talking that way to your best friend. So if your inner voice is talking negatively, talk back to it. Replace the inner bully with an inner coach. Flip that negative thoughts in your head and coach it with some positive thoughts. Speak to yourself with encouragement, not criticism. Remind yourself of facts, not fears. Focus on what you're doing right, not just what you think you're doing wrong. And here's a powerful tool. So start writing down your positive thoughts, your wins, your reminders. Keep them in a journal. Keep them on your phone in a notes app. Keep them on a sticky note and put it on your mirror. So when that voice inside your head is being a bully, trying to take over, you'll have real empowering words to refer back to. Pull out that journal. Pull out that sticky note. Go look at that sticky note on the mirror that you wrote down. Pull up your phone, the notes app where you wrote these positive. So your written words can be an anchor when your mind tries to drift into negativity. If you wouldn't say it to someone you love, then don't say it to yourself. You deserve a voice that lifts you up, that doesn't break you down. So why does comparison hold us back? Comparison kills creativity. There's room for everyone to succeed in their own way. When you're stuck in comparison, you're not just wasting time, you're draining your energy and delaying your progress. Here's what happens. You lose motivation because you feel like you're already behind. You stop celebrating your wins because someone else's look better. You start chasing someone else's goals instead of your own. You let insecurity drive your choices instead of your alignment. Comparison is like putting weights in your backpack and wondering why the climb feels so hard. Just like the quote says, comparison kills creativity. You stop tuning into your own vision and your own process. And the worst part, you forget that there's actually room for everyone to succeed in their own way. Remember that. There is room for everyone, including you, to succeed in your own way. You were made to be in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. Focus on your own lane. Go at your own pace in your own lane. It's your own process. It's your own progress. And that's the only way that you're going to have breakthroughs, is if you focus on yourself, staying in your own lane at your own pace. So how can we shift out of comparison? Let's talk about some solutions. Being aware is step number one. Being aware. So if you're comparing yourself to somebody else, anybody else, being aware, stopping the instant you feel that you are comparing yourself to somebody else, stop it in its tracks. So be aware is the number one step. But what we do about it then is the next step. What are you going to do about it? So once you're aware, what are you going to do? Number one, we just talked about it, staying in your own lane. Remind yourself that your journey is yours. What works for somebody else might not even work for you, and that's okay. Your timeline is divine. Your path is sacred. Your path is your path. It's nobody else's. So again, focus on your own journey. Curate your feed, so your social media feed. Unfollow or mute accounts that trigger your insecurity. Follow people who empower you, educate you, lift you up. Social media should serve your growth, not your self-doubt. So when you're scrolling through your feed, if it is not lifting you up, empowering you, adding to your growth, then unfollow it, mute it, disregard it. There is nothing wrong. And that includes people too. So not just like groups or stuff like that, but includes people. If they're not lifting you up, they're not sending you positive vibes, you don't get a positive vibe from seeing their stuff, or it's constantly negative stuff, just unfollow it. You don't need to see it. It's not benefiting you whatsoever. So when you could pull up your social medias, do an edit on it. Edit it. Go through it all. And keep the ones that you feel positive, unfollow the ones that bring negativity or have that feeling that's not good, because you can use it for your own personal growth. You can use it for growth. There is so much good in social media as well if you use it right. So that should be a goal for you. That should be a goal for you this week or after this, listening to this episode, is to go through and edit your social media accounts. Because I've done that in the past, and it makes a big difference. And it keeps you staying and thinking positive as well. All right. Celebrate your own wins, big and small. Document your progress. Look at how far you've come. Don't wait until the quote unquote after photo. Every step counts. Document along the way. And while you're celebrating those wins, make sure to stay humble and grounded. Gratitude keeps your ego in check. Humility reminds you that growth is a gift, not a competition. You're not better than anybody. You're simply becoming the best version of you. So, in your own way, celebrate your wins, big or small. Celebrate it along the way, not just the end result. Along the way, celebrate it. But just stay humble and grounded. Practice gratitude and presence. Comparison lives in the future or in someone else's world. Gratitude brings you back home. It reminds you that right now you are enough. You need to flip comparison into inspiration. Instead of saying, why not me? Try saying, if she can, so can I. If you're saying, why not me? You're just feeling sorry for yourself. Stop the poor me mindset. One of my biggest pet peeves is the poor me act, because truthfully, nobody feels sorry for you. Everyone has problems to deal with. Repeat this again. Everyone has problems to deal with. So, poor me mindset, forget about it. Success doesn't come from sitting around wishing things were different. It comes from making a plan, figuring it out, and taking action. It can be done. You just have to decide. Are you going to sit in self-pity, or are you going to stand up, own your power, and go after it? I think it is seriously my biggest pet peeve when I'm in conversation with like Chad or my boys. And it's like, if I start hearing the poor me, it's like instantly I stop it, shut it down, and remind them that nobody feels sorry for you. Okay. So whatever you're dealing with, let's talk about it. Let's figure out a solution and move on. Okay. So again, nobody feels sorry for you. So forget the poor me act and let's figure it out and take action and move forward. You know, one of my business coaches, I have heard this a couple times from him, and he says that, you know, like picture 10 people in a circle and everybody throws their life problems to the center. And when you see everybody's life problems, I guarantee you're going to be pulling your own problems right back. So remember that everyone has problems to deal with. Nobody feels sorry for you. Stop the pity party. Stand up, own your power, and go after it. So again, moving on, if you want it, go get it. Success shows up for people who get up, get moving, and refuse to quit until they figure it out. No more excuses. Make a plan, make a move, make it happen. Use others' success as proof that it's possible. Don't use it as evidence that you're failing. Use it as a proof that you can do it too. Because if they're doing it, you can do it. As long as it aligns with your journey, as long as it aligns with your values. So you weren't created to be like him or her or them. You were created to be you, aligned, strong, and unique. So the next time you feel yourself slipping into comparison, stop or pause, come back to yourself, take a deep breath. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're not less than them. You're on time. You're learning. You're growing. You're becoming. And that, my friend, is powerful. Today's takeaway: comparison will always steal more from you than it gives. Your journey is yours for a reason. Stay focused on your growth, on your timeline, and on your light. Celebrate your wins, stay humble, and remember, there's room for you to shine without dimming anyone else. Action goal. So take some time in the next couple days, take 10 minutes, and edit your social media. Go through your feed and unfollow, mute, or remove anything or anyone that triggers negativity, insecurity, or just that not good feeling. If it's not lifting you up, educating you, or inspiring you, it's out. Take control of what you consume. Make sure it feeds your soul, not your doubts. Here's a powerful affirmation that you can tell yourself. So repeat this affirmation after me. I am creating a space that supports my growth, my peace, and my purpose. I honor my own journey, and I trust my own timing. I am proud of who I am becoming. So that affirmation is something that you can write down. Write it down in a journal. Write it down on that sticky note. So whenever you need that boost of confidence, that positive reminder, come back to this affirmation and just say it out loud. Okay, so we're going to say it one more time. I am creating a space that supports my growth, my peace, and my purpose. I honor my own journey. I trust my own timing. I am proud of who I am becoming. Thank you all for listening to today's episode of the Align Strength Podcast. I know this hits home for you because it hits home for everybody. We've all been there. We all need to hear it. So share this with a friend. Post it on your story. Just take a moment to reflect on where you've been comparing and commit to shifting out of it. Until next time, stay strong, stay aligned, and stay in your own beautiful lane.